Good day, everybody. I made a bigger train set this time. I put together some pieces I had, some track, my switcher, the cars, a bunch of other things. This is a pretty good size set, worth 600 bucks. It's an 027 Lionel design that was in many of the Lionel books. You can do it O gauge too. But I just finished it. It's for sale on eBay. And I thought I'd make a video and show everybody it running. I went with, I think it's a late 50s MKT switcher number 600. It's got a, not electronic, E-unit with Magnatraction. I added the barrel loader accessory, a lighted passenger station without the delay, the operating flagman, pair of non-derailing remote switches, the bridge and tunnel, lighted cast iron bumpers, telephone pole set, non-operating bridge and beacon tower, the number 1034 75 watt transformer, more than enough power. And the searchlight car. And that's it. I'm gonna run it for a while. See the flagman arm working? You always got to cut the throttle to nothing coming down a grade. It'll dump. Love the way those NW2 switchers sound. This is almost closed throttle. Pretty heavy coming down. I like making the lighted cars non-blink. I like it when they just run solid. You got to kind of go over every little contact or thing that would affect that, like the passenger cars. And otherwise, I call it the disco show, where it blinks and blinks and blinks. It shouldn't. Engine, like I said, has got Magnatraction. Probably made in 57, I think. Just back into the siding to show you. A little siding action. You can see the lighted bumper there. The switches are non-derailing, and they're the later design where you don't even need pins. It's all incorporated into the 027 design. In case you have these 027 switches and it's thrown correctly and you hear it buzzing or clicking, that's just the non-derailing mechanism trying to put it the right way. It's nothing to worry about. It just does that. Nothing wrong with it. You can hear them clicking, buzzing. You never want to, you never want to park on them with the throttle on. It'll burn out the switch. Never park on top of a non-derailing switch, especially 027s. Getting the throttle down better for coming down a grade. Oop. Too far. I want to show you something. with the Operating Flagman, they make a special contactor, just like for the 154C, the crossing blinker. Here's the guy here. Restored him, of course, painted the base and the mast. Had a nicer badge for him. But right from here to here is a special track I made. It simulates the contactor. If you want to make your own, they can get 20-25 bucks for them on eBay. But you can make your own for the cost of a straight track, which you need anyway. Picture as if this track is removed. If you look at one of the outer rails, right here, I cut it to the end here. This is where it ends. I made a cut here, put an insulator pin in, soldered this wire to it, just like you would if you make your own activator tracks. But this is just a section of the whole track, not the whole track. It's a 2¼ inch section that is the same length as what the contactor would be that if it clamped on. And then I have my power wire soldered to the center rail, and each of these wires just goes underneath the flagman. Nothing wrong with buying a contactor, but if you can't find one, or you want to save a little money and you like making stuff for yourself or by yourself, you know, it's really no cost. Oh, one more thing is add this extra tie to support the rail for the weight of the engine, because you made a break in it. And of course you have to insulate it here too. The extra tie has to be insulated, as well as, sorry, as well as the little section here that you cut out. And then when the wheels run over it, he waves his flag. He waves his flag like they did at the crossings before we had blinkers. They would have early 1900s. They would have a man with a white flag or a hanky that would stand at the crossings. He'd have a little guard shack, and when the train came, he'd get out there and wave the flag for the cars. I like to run a barrel loader. Park over your OTC track and probably not close enough here. And you hit the button. Usually run a track a little bit before you load them again. I'm just going to load them real quick. Put your throttle up just a little bit. You hit this other button. Or voltage maybe. You have to kind of play around with the voltage to get it just right. Some guys like to back the car back and forth a little. I don't have quite enough time. I'll just cheat a little. Your barrel loader, I better turn this off. If your barrel loader isn't working that nice and your chute's nice and polished, or launch chute, whatever you call it, there's a way you can adjust those. The manual will tell you. Same as the barrel car, there's an adjustment. Around the mountain. If you caught that, I think I left the trough down on the barrel loader. Didn't take it out though. What was that hit? Oh no. Got lucky. Train therapy. Feels good just to run them. Whoop. Got a derailment. Hang on to see what happened. Front truck. A little aggressive on the hill. Came over the top and had a little too much dig on the curb. It jumped off. .027, a little harder on derailments, but it's still good track. I think that's a pre-war tunnel. One more time. Whoop, lost the barrel. You heard that? If I don't hit it over there, I better stop. It might be on the track. Nope, stayed up in the air. I think you can lock these. I didn't put the lock on it. But there she is. Everything's for sale on eBay, like I always say. I don't just make sets, but I only post the sets on YouTube for the videos. It advertises, but I hope the people like watching them too. So, all gauges, HO and marks, American Flyer, Lionel. Okay, that's it, and thank you for watching again.